Hi everyone, thanks very much for joining us today. I'm here with an alumna of our Uganda Development Studies program. Natalie, would you like to take a moment this afternoon to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Natalie Clements. I am a junior economics major at Goucher College, and last semester I studied abroad with the Uganda Development Studies program in Kampala, Uganda.
Thanks very much for taking some time today. I know being back at school can be keep you nice and busy, so I promise not to take too much of your time, but thank you for answering some of the questions. So we'll jump right into it. There are a lot of study abroad programs out there. Maybe not so many that go into Uganda per se, but what made you choose SIT and what appealed to you most about the program?
Well, going through my study abroad options, I knew I definitely wanted to go somewhere in East Africa, and I found the SIT Rwanda program through a study abroad fair at my college, and I was actually in the middle of my Rwanda application when I saw the page and I go, oh, I might as well look to see what other programs they have, and I found the Development Studies program, and I'm an economics major. I've always been interested in international development and sustainable manner, and that just really piqued my interest, and I go, well, I have to go to Uganda now.
I just got back from 2 weeks in Uganda at the beginning of the year myself, so I
Oh, wow.
visited quite a few locations that I'm sure you were at, not
Right.
very much longer, not very much longer before me. But so SIT Uganda, as you know, is could be a bigger program, but we do keep the programs on a small scale to keep it intimate and a way for you to really take advantage of the experiential learning. So if you ran across someone who didn't know what SIT did, because we are a small program around the world, how would you explain it?
One of the biggest keywords is definitely experiential learning. That was just probably the biggest part of the whole program. It's immersing yourself, actually trying to join the culture. You're not just someone looking on, you're really joining and having people tell you why things are the way they are. And another big part of SIT is definitely the ISP, independent study project component of the study abroad experience. Yeah, those are the main two things: experiential learning and the ISP put together.
I understand that. So I'm going to address both halves of that, but I'm going to be put you on the spot. And of the things that you mentioned, could you pick one thing in the SIT program that was your favorite aspect of the program?
Wow. um, okay, so one thing, it's not as academic, but the host family experience really made a difference for me. I had this huge host family. It was 10 people, and they were just lovely. And that really was, I think, what made the difference between me understanding like just little cultural things. I had people I can go and ask, someone said this to me today, is that normal? How would I respond to this? Or helping me with my language Luganda homework, or just really understanding how the inside of how culture works. I don't know.
No, that's fair. Most students actually do say their homestay is the favorite aspect of it. But to jump back a question now, the ISP may not be something that students who are watching this or will be watching this in the future are very familiar with, and it does set us apart. So can you tell us what you investigated for your independent study project and how you went about doing that?
Sure. Well, when the independent study project started, I'd like to say, first of all, I was terrified. I had never done field research before. I had no idea how to really do it. I mean, on my own. They teach you how to do it, and there's a lot
Let
of
alone
support.
in Uganda.
Sorry? Yeah, in Uganda. But I studied factors that influence micro-enterprise survival in the informal sector, or basically I did a case study of the sustainability of the motorcycle taxis, or boda boda, um, to see why these small businesses fail, and what kind of interventions would help keep them working, basically. Yeah, so you go about that by you pick an advisor, and so I ended up working with someone, an expert at the Ministry of Finance, and he helped me really frame my study and narrow it down to what specifically I was trying to focus on. And yeah, it was very much a snowballing, learning while I'm going. I didn't really know what I was doing while I was doing it, but it all came together in the
Yeah,
end.
and those boda bodas, wow.
Yeah.
They were quite an experience for me for the first time to East Africa myself. But okay, so have you had a chance now that you're back at your home university to continue studies along that line or in the Africa region or along the theme of the program?
Um, Along the theme of Africa, no, but I am working on the theme of personal development. Yes, I'm working here with a program called the Goucher Prison Education Partnership, where there's my college offers classes to people taking classes, or to people in the local prisons, so that they can get their college degree while in prison, so that when they come out they can try to get better jobs. And so I'm actually a research assistant with that program, so I'm looking for different ways I can try to extend it. But um, referring to my actual ISP I did on the program, I'm actually going to this week and present it at the Human Development Conference.
Make sure you share the news about that with us.
Sure.
Any information you have, we love hearing what our alumni are doing, and send us pictures of your presentation, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you can send them directly to me or to studyabroad at sit.edu. Okay.
Okay.
So now I usually end these with a question about if there was one thing that you wish you had known before you went to Uganda that you know now, what would that be?
Hmm. Actually, I was really happy with not. I went in without any expectations. I didn't really know what was coming, and I liked that. I liked learning as I went. I liked. It was interesting going in not knowing any of the language, but trying to like pick it up and actually learning to use it. It was interesting learning what ISP is, what is a field, what how do you do field research. I mean, other people might be more nervous about that, but I actually enjoyed that aspect of it. Maybe knowing more about my host family, or where I'd be living when I got there, because that was a big stress point up until when we finally got assigned our host families. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that as someone who has lived with many homestay families throughout the course of my academic life. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for the interview this afternoon. I always want to give our alumni the last word. Is there anything that you'd like to say to any prospective student out there who may be considering SIT study abroad in general in Africa or in Uganda?
Sure. So, one thing that I came out of this program with is, if you want a study abroad where everything goes perfectly and smoothly, this is not the program for you. If you want to like have an adventure and grow, then this is definitely the program. I mean, like, things happen and you just take them as, okay, I mean, sure. And it just makes the program that more memorable. I loved it. I'm trying to find any way to go back. I'm actually looking for research grants now so that I can extend my study. And I actually want to try to implement some of the recommendations I made in my paper through working with a social enterprise that's working there. So yeah, it's definitely worth it, and it's life changing.
Excellent. So definitely let us know if you end up going back. I know Auntie Charlotte would be over the moon to see some of her students again.
Right.
So thank you very much again, Natalie, and good luck with the rest of the semester, and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.